guys all right? There we go. We are not the speakers of today. We are just the coordinators, people who are cooking behind the scenes there. So I'm just going to briefly tell you why you guys are here and the reason that we started off with this thing. It's just to inspire you as the young people to go out there and take what we call an idea and transform it into a tangible dream.
My name is Shalane Ewan, as Elias and Nick has said. You know, it's not enough to give information every single week. What's more impactful is actually doing something in the community, because events like this allow you to ask people questions. I mean, some of the entrepreneurs that you're going to meet today are extremely successful in their fields, and they have tons of experience and knowledge. And I really encourage you to ask as many questions as you can.
Good morning, everybody. I think that we asked the question, how do you break down the barriers? One of the questions just before the gentleman had left. How do you generate the income if you don't even know that you are that resource? So it's not a lack of resources, it's a lack of resourcefulness. People will tell you you can be anything you want to be. I don't agree with the statement. I believe that you are designed for a purpose. And if you can stay the course and really know what you are passionate about and relentlessly go after that and that purpose, no matter what anybody says, you're going to find your defeatist and your pessimist, you're going to find them, but you got to have the courage to stay in your lane.
You know, when Nick started, he came and he was like, away. You know how he did that, and he came and he was like, away. He was like, you see that touch, what you need to understand, away. As a word, away is something completely different. And it's a word that you can use to replace words, sentences, for conversations. You know? And I was I was also confused. I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, bruh, I can walk in here and then when I come to you, can't I say away, which means hello. Then you say away, which means hello, how are you doing? Then you say, hey, I'm away, which means, hey, I'm fine. And then
And we already know who is dying of the voice of Questa. She's in studio wearing rang.
Oh yes, all kitted out in rug, listening to the sound of my husband. Yes, honey.
97.2, 22 minutes after the hour of 2 o'clock. This is the KYC between 2 and 3 o'clock, right here at 97.2. It's where it all began. It is Young Minds in Entrepreneurship. It is a Donderdag.
Yeah.
And like we always do on a Thursday, celebrating businesses, celebrating young people that have taken the step, who are courageous enough to, believe in their dreams, invest in their dreams, and fulfill their dreams.
Right.
And we have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful young lady in studio with us. She has brought her whole crew. The whole shebang is here, right at the studios in Kofifi FM 97.2. Ms. Lee?
Listen up, man. I don't know how to cover that one right there, because you just covered that she's beautiful. You just covered that she's successful. Just covered that she's totally amazing. My goodness. I had the pleasure of meeting her a couple of weeks ago, man, and we just clicked first time we met, and then we had the pleasure of having her at our very own YME event out Saturday.
Yeah.
And she is back in studio finally. We finally have the opportunity to speak to Lebo, man. She is an amazing, phenomenal woman. She's not only is she in business, but she's a mommy, she's a friend, she's a sister. She's got all of that going down for herself. And also, might I add,
Yes.
she has taken up the role of mentorship, and that's something that you don't see very often
Sure.
in business.
Yeah.
And she has embraced that role. So I'm going to hand over to you, Lebo, man. You've got a lot to share with our listeners today and to our viewers on YouTube. So just, greet our peoples and give us a little sum of who Lebo really is.
Thank you so much. It is such a great pleasure to be here. We're delighted. We couldn't wait to be here with you and sharing a great deal about our brand, about our business. And as Miss Lee said, my name is Lebo Sekutu. I am the founder and owner of the brand called Rang, and it is under the banner of Nine Couture. We actually we have the opportunity of bringing the brand to the country all the way from France. And we've been given the platform to showcase the brand here, grow it, build it. And our territory actually goes across the entire Africa. So we pretty much are excited about that because we can only just grow from strength to strength. Just to mention our store, we've got a physical store which is based in Maboneng, and we really would like to get everybody out there to come and experience our brand and the feel and the look and feel of it, the quality, because I guess when you talk about a brand on television or on studios, you don't necessarily get to have that connection with the brand up until you actually see it. You really want to be immersed in our brand. So that's pretty much what would like the listeners of Kofifi FM to have an experience with the brand. And we also are online as well. And we've had to build the online platform for those that don't necessarily believe in coming physically to the store and to have that. As you know, the millenniums are pretty much your sort of online community. So we had to build that as well with us. So that's pretty much a little bit more about the brand. And we're looking forward to engage further on it.
Well, I want to know something. For someone who is just hearing for the first time the word Rang, or they need to know more about where does Rang come from. I love the story that you told Saturday, because it gives much information. It gives even the authenticity of the name and the brand itself. So would you care to share that story with us again?
Rang, the name Rang actually comes from when you wring the clothes, they are, once you've done that, they've been wrung. So that's where the name comes from.
Right.
The owner is based in Paris. He's a Parisian. But the beautiful thing is that we are related with the owner. And he's been in the business since 1995. And only in 2015, when I actually embarked on, taking my daughter on a Euro trip, did I interface with the brand. All right. I knew that Eric was a designer and he was a graffiti artist, and but I really did not know that he had actually embarked on such a brilliant and big empire. So up until I was given the backpack, did I then experience the product. And I mean, I abused the bag, and I carried a whole lot of things in it, and I put the laptops and everything, and we went to the Euro Disney. At the end of that trip, which was 3 days, the bag was intact. I then said, there is something in this brand, and I fell in love with it, and I wanted to know more about it. And as I researched about it, went onto the website, looked at what their offering was, I immediately fell in love, because Rang is actually your street culture wear, but it's actually at a different level. It's if you look at the designs, they are amazing. They are also not it's not just that street wear
Yeah.
that you can just get anywhere.
Yeah.
It's actually a premium brand. They pride themselves with the quality. Their cotton, it's 100% cotton. The feel, so it's really is, you know, your, we call it an aspirational brand.
Nice.
And so if you then get to buy yourself
Kofifi FM 97.2. Welcome back. We are what? 20 or 17 minutes before the hour of 3 o'clock, the KYC. Before that, we gave you the Fraternity. That one was just a remix of Mama Brenda Fassi's song. Bega Mina Ngedwa.
Just for jazz.
Just for jazz?
Just for jazz. Kuli China and I also have a thing going on.
It's fella.
Listen, I'm just putting it out there.
All
I
right.
know he's involved, but you know. Welcome back to it, everybody. This right here is the KYC. It's a Thursday afternoon. That means we are talking to a young mind that is within the entrepreneurship space. We have Lebo in studio with us, and of course, her media guru. He goes by the name of Malcolm, and he's just absolutely amazing. So, Lebo, so we touched a little bit on imports and exports. Can you just the rules that governs, that entire space of business? What are some of them and the challenges that you faced, being in South Africa and having to export and import?
Yep. Very laborious process and challenging. However, if you've got your ducks on the road and you have all the documentation and you've complied with the SARS environment, that makes it far more easier. Because remember, when you bring products or services out of internationally or anywhere outside of South Africa, you have to declare. And the process of declaration ensures that you actually have a license to import or to bring in that product into the country. So that is number one. So if you and your suppliers can get through that and organize that documentation, you're well on your way. Remember as well, the government is also trying to manage dumping in the country. So RAN could have easily been a product that the country didn't know, but then they needed to satisfy themselves that this is an original brand, and they need documentation from the original company to certify themselves that we're not bringing a copy product in the country. So that step was done. And the one important, I think, aspect as well is that a relationship with your bank. Your bankers, remember now it's an international banking transaction between a South African and a French company. So banks, it becomes now an international banking process. So that as well, very, very, complex, I'd say. I had to actually be orientated in terms of how international banking happens. I'm with Standard Bank, and they were very brilliant with educating me. And they hold your hand in the process up until you actually know how also currency exchange works and so forth. So you need to also be aware of currency fluctuation, when to bring the stuff, when to order. Because if the rand is actually weak, your products become expensive. So you've got to target the timing that when the rand is performing better. So now you pretty much are like your stock exchange dealers, where you need to now start actually understanding that, insights around bringing stuff and international banking. However, the one other important aspect is the partner that brings your stuff. You've got to select them very, very well because they're very expensive. But there are small niche operations that are working with the likes of DHL that enable small businesses to then bring, an import at a fairly reasonable, costs, because the costs are very high of actually importing and bringing stuff, and the shipment, actual fact. So you have to really do your research around that. There are those small, companies that are enabling, small companies to ship their stuff at a fairly favorable costs.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to fast track a little bit. I know we have structure, but I break structure.
Yeah.
I want to ask you as an individual, because we all as entrepreneurs, there's something that one needs to have to be able to birth something and sustain it, and for it to live up to the expectation that you have in your mind. What is it about you that you could pick out that me, Malebza, there's something about me that I know of, but maybe sometimes you're trying to be posh about it and just subtle about it. What is it about you that you think keeps you going sometimes when things are not well? When Malcolm is not performing, when other people are not. What is it about you that keeps you sane and keeps you going?
Sure. I think one important character is to be a resilient person. And resilience comes over many, occasions of falling and picking yourself up. Because trust me, falling, you will fall. But it is then tomorrow you wake up and say, it shall be done. And I'm also a visionary.
All right.
I think one important thing is that I have a vision. When people don't see the end state, I already have it. And those that believe in walking the journey with me will see it come into fruition. I have quite a number of people that have also been daunted by what I'm actually, what I've started, who joined and then felt, oh, this is not, what I signed up for. Because it also takes a lot of hard work.
Yes.
And so I'm not shy. I love working hard and smarter as well, of course. It's a combination. People say, no, it's not all about working hard. Trust me, it's not only working smarter, but it's working hard.
So you've just mentioned the intricacies that comes along with importing and exporting, and you also mentioned that you are quite resilient and a visionary. So with that said, what is the vision for the brand online, and how you plan on making it African? Because this is an international brand, but how do you plan on making it very African?
We've got quite a few aspects in the pipeline. And the very first thing that we do have is actually a blank check from the original owner about, defining our content in the country, which will actually be, and the designs, which will actually influence even the international designs. So how we want to roll this out is to run an art competition, because behind our logo there is slogans like make art, not war, do the wrong thing, and just do art. So those would actually be at the heart of our artistics or the art competitions that we're going to be rolling out. The first platform is to launch that with the schools, because we believe that it's more formalized as opposed to doing it haphazardly. So if we do it within the school structure, then it has also form.
All right.
And so we're looking at, of course, partners to launch this. And and I think if Kofifi FM could indulge us, would really appreciate it to be a partner with them as well.
Yeah, can I add on to that?
Sure.
I also think we want to involve as many local, as much as we can in terms of local talent. We want to bring them into the picture, let them interact with the brand, make it a hip thing. Because from one thing I've noticed that streetwear and this whole hip fashion is heavily being influenced here in Africa. Like we love this thing. We speak it.
Yeah.
Even language now, they've formalized many slang words.
Yes.
But it's progress. So the more we involve your local individuals in it, the more the brand will be accepted, and the more it'll become African. Because I believe some of the designs that they made there could simply been something that someone would have made here in Africa. And the things that influence it are things that influence us as youngsters here in South Africa. We're looking at art, your graffiti work. I know there's a lot of graffiti artists out there who want to express themselves, and they have to go at night, paint under bridges. We in the long run are looking to provide a platform for them to do it legally and to actually get some form of income from it. So those are the things that we're targeting. So we want to benefit everyone locally.
Also, your brand has strategically placed itself in the Princeton of Maboneng, which is like the local hub of young talent, of just street smart people, wanting to express themselves, right? So when we talk about a business location, have you found that being in Maboneng has given you a platform, to reach those people that your target market is in terms of sales and how you want to roll out, your brand?
Certainly, certainly. In actual fact, it is a hub where art actually lives. You know, it's the language. And a lot of youngsters who want to actually affiliate themselves with the brand have found us there.
Yeah.
And I found that that's really has actually opened the door for us as well in terms of collaborating with the youngsters who just walk in and say, you know, I'm starting a blog and could you give me an opportunity to utilize your brand so that it's a launch pad?
Wow.
And I am open to that. I have a lot of youngsters coming with concepts. Trust me, no is not what I know, because the more I can get youngsters to, you know, to even explore their talents with our brand, that is what we want.
Nice.
So the whole rigidity around the brand, like the other big brands do, we don't subscribe to that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Like I'm like I don't know what to say to all of this, y'all. The number is 071 425 9577. We are modeling the wear, and it is of quality. Can we just say that one more time? Hallelujah, shine. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Once again, the number is 071 425 9577. This right here is the KYC on your favorite radio station, Kofifi FM 97.2.
Most people only pay attention to the final product of a successful entrepreneur.
.2, just a quick in and out, and we're back right here on the KYC 2 to 3. We have only about 4 minutes with the beautiful lady and gentleman in studio with us here from Rang 9 Kotier. Did I say it right?
Yes, perfect.
9 Kotier. All right. Before you leave, you know, I'm going to say to all the young people,
Right.
there is, you know, you find or you don't find a lot of young entrepreneurs that would give their brand and, you know, offer you an opportunity as a young person to come to the store and explore, you know, their brand. Like you have given young people opportunities. So if you don't know where Maboneng is, you have a cell phone. You can Google that thing and get yourself to Maboneng, go and find where the store is, and, you know, just celebrate a young African woman who's trying to make a difference in young people's lives. And that is what, you know, I love, and that is what attracted me to you. You know, and even when I was listening to you on Saturday speaking, I just felt your heart, that you are really connected to young people, and you want to see the difference in other people's lives. And I like that.
Thank you.
I like that.
Thank
I like
you so
that.
much. Thanks.
All right. Now, where can people get you? Puma handle, Puma this, Puma that.
Okay.
Give it to us.
Okay. So our Facebook handle is rang_ZA. So that's WRUNG_ZA. Instagram and Twitter, it's rang_ZA.
And the store is at Maboneng, store number E3 at corner Main and Kruger. And the building is Craftsmanship. That's where we are.
Say that again.
Store number E3, corner Main and Kruger, Craftsmanship in Maboneng.
All right. All right.
Love
Yes.
it. I can't.
I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to you guys. Thank you, for availing yourself for Saturday as well. It was such a beautiful, beautiful day that we had together there. And thank you. And from, without being cliche, I really not wish.
Yeah.
I foresee that this is going to be one of the big labels in South Africa.
Thank you. That
Let's
is
leave South
humbling.
Africa. Let's go to Africa.
Thank you.
The whole of Africa, we are going to, just run everything.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
are going to run everything.
Yes.
in
That's a
Africa.
handle right there.
Yes. Yeah. Are you runged up?
Yeah, there we go.
Yes, fantastic.
So with that being said, thank you so very much. Any shout outs before you guys go?
Oh yeah, shout out to my dad who's actually is here with us,
Right.
providing
Wow,
us with the transport as well for the team. My mom, who's actually been a pillar. I think I've taken a great deal from her. And my daughter, who's at school now, should be very proud of mommy. Yeah.
For me, I'd like to say shout out to my mom and dad.
Yeah.
Very important people in my life.
Yeah, don't forget
And
Don't forget the girl. Don't forget the girl.
yeah, shout out to my girl out there. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna mention names.
Yeah. Shots fired. All right.
And yeah, and lastly, my siblings, my little brother Raymond and my two little sisters, Audrey and Diana. They asked for this, so I had to just mention.
Oh, sweet brother, you are.
We will not sign off without actually thanking Kofifi FM for embracing us. I mean, we have been fully embraced by you, and we're very grateful for the opportunity. And what we normally do in the culture of Rang, we don't actually leave without giving you a token of appreciation to even remember us.
All right.
So both of you, the hats that you're wearing, they will be yours. And I
Bona.
hope
Listen.
you can
Listen.
showcase that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, and we appreciate. And we should make a means to go to Mabone.
We definitely are going out there, hey?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, Kofifi Landers. Have yourself a fantabulous day. Up next is the Jive Drive between 3 and 6 o'clock. That is it Lily and Pabzito?
Well, it's Pubzito and Lilanga. Ooh, Lilanga. That's my name. Lilaga, rather. However, she's got a new name coming up. I'm not going to spill the beans yet, but Pops and I have agreed to the new one. Do stay tuned to your favorite radio station, Kofifi FM 97.2, when the Jive Drive pulls through and just get you through your afternoon.
Adios.
Or show you a little bit about business, how to get into business. But the whole aim is to find what you want to do. Don't do what everybody else wants you to do.
How you doing, guys? You guys alright? There we go, there we go. We are not the speakers of today. We are just the coordinators, people who are cooking behind the scenes there. So I'm just going to briefly tell you why you guys are here and the reason that we started off with this thing. It's just to inspire you as the young people to go out there and take what we call an idea and transform it into a tangible dream.
My name is Shalane Ewan, as Elias and Nick has said. It's not enough to give information every single week. What's more impactful is actually doing something in the community, because events like this allow you to ask people questions. I mean, some of the entrepreneurs that you're going to meet today are extremely successful in their fields, and they have tons of experience and knowledge. And I really encourage you to ask as many questions as you can.
Good morning, everybody. I think that we asked the question, how do you break down the barriers? One of the questions just before the gentleman had left. How do you generate the income if you don't even know that you are that resource? So it's not a lack of resources, it's a lack of resourcefulness. People will tell you can be anything you want to be. I don't agree with the statement. I believe that you are designed for a purpose, and if you can stay the course and really know what you are passionate about and relentlessly go after that and that purpose, no matter what anybody says, you're going to find your defeatist and your pessimist, you're going to find them, but you got to have the courage to stay in your lane.
You know how when Nick started, he came and he was like, away. You know how he did that, and he came and he was like, away. He was like, you see, I can't what you need to understand. Away, as a word, away is something completely different. And it's a word that you can use to replace words, sentences, for conversations. You know? And I was also confused. I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, bruh, I can walk in here and then when I come to you, can't I say away, which means hello. And you say away, which means I know how you do. And you say, I'm away, which means, I'm fine. And then he was like, maybe let's say you're eating some chips and I come to you eating some chips. So I say, bruh, can you please give me some chips? And you say, away, which means you can have it. And you take the chips, you say what? Away, which means thank you. So then you eat the chips, you say, no man, this chips is away, which means this chips is most done. Then I say away, which means I know, that's why I buy you.
Let's just put aside this idea that, people who try to start businesses. You know that kid at school, the kid that sells sweets? Let's ditch this idea of saying, no, he's selling sweets because he's poor. It's not that. If you have ambition for it, go for it. Be that kid, be that child, who wants to be different.
Hi everyone, I hope you are excited about today because I'm equally excited. Sometimes the opportunities